Well, we all know that recycling is great for the earth. As a matter of fact, according to the Environmental Protection Agency, recycling reduces the amount of waste sent to the landfill. It reduces greenhouse gas emissions. It prevents pollution. The EPA says recycling also helps sustain the environment for future generations. There is no getting around it. Recycling is green and it's great.
But that's if you know how to recycle. Yeah, there's a right and a wrong way, and there are items that should and should not get thrown into those bins. In fact, there's a name for it: wish cycling. And as we hear from reporter Heather Brown, the workers who have to sort through all of that trash want you to take note.
What we put in our recycling bins is sorted by hand. Just something to remember.
Probably the #1 nemesis of the guys on the line is dirty diapers.
Bill Keegan is the president of DEMCON.
That's pretty gross. People put dirty diapers in the
They
recycling?
do more than you would think, hundreds a day.
Plastics can be the most confusing.
I would look at the number on the bottom.
DEMCON accepts the numbers 1 through 7. So does Eureka Recycling, except for 3s and 6s.
A red Solo cup, something like this. The packaging that your razor comes in or your new cell phone that's really impossible to open.
Though some cities differ slightly, the basics are the same.
Pizza boxes.
Pizza boxes, if they're not too soiled with cheese or grease.
Plastic soda bottles.
Yes.
Plastic soda bottle caps.
They have a better chance of making it if they're on the bottle.
Potato chip bags.
Potato chip bags, no.
Peanut butter jars with a little bit of peanut butter still in it. Totally recyclable, not that nice for our employees.
Batteries.
No battery.
My daughter eats all these Gerber vegetable pouches.
Right.
No? No.
The problem is it's multi-layers. It's going to have multiple materials in there.
Which is also why you can't toss your frozen spinach containers or your paper coffee cups in the bin.
That coffee cup is lined with plastic, and so that makes it very challenging to recycle.
And what about needles?
They hear from doctors to put those needles in soda bottles to dispose of them safely, but if those end up in the recycling, that can be really dangerous for our staff.
If you're not sure, don't put it in the recycling bin, because what it does is it really messes up the recycling of the other commodities.
And if you have questions about what should and should not be recycled, just call your recycling company and they will help you out. Ugh. Dirty diapers.
Don't think I'd want to get in. No.
Well, a lot of people may not have realized what those numbers on many plastic items mean. They figure if it's plastic, it's okay to toss into the bin, and that's really not the case.
No, it is not. That number is used to identify the type of plastic resin from which the container is made. So, let's take a closer look at what is and is not accepted at local recycling programs. The Delaware Division of Waste and Hazardous Substances reports containers labeled with a 1 are almost always accepted. These are things like water and soda bottles. Good Housekeeping reports they're recycled into tote bags, carpet, and furniture. Containers with a 2 are almost always accepted as well. Now, these are your milk jugs, juice bottles, yogurt tubs. They're recycled into pens, picnic tables, and lumber. The division reports containers with a 4, such as squeezable bottles and bread bags, they're now accepted at most programs in Delaware. They're recycled into trash cans and shipping envelopes. Number 5s are also accepted. They're ketchup and medicine bottles. They're recycled into brooms and ice scrapers. The division says 7s are also now accepted in most programs in Delaware. Things like sunglasses and computer cases are turned into plastic lumber. Numbers 3 and 6 are not acceptable in most programs. That's your aspirin bottles, your CD cases, and medical equipment. It doesn't mean that those items aren't recyclable. It just means that they should not be given to the recycling collector.
Very interesting and very confusing. Well, something else that's great for the environment, planting trees. And believe it or not, now is the time you want to get out that shovel. Up next, gardening expert Jenny Rosenkrantz tells us why, and why it's also a great time to think about spring.
We're also going to learn about a campaign that gets kids to really understand the benefits of trees. You're going to find out how your little one can get involved and win big for their school.
Plus, the story of how a woman is trying to get at-risk kids to enjoy nature and get off the streets. See how she's changing lives with her Trips for Kids. But first, we've teamed up with Sussex County Federal Credit Union to help you make better sense of your money. Here's Cherie with this week's tip.
On behalf of Sussex County Federal Credit Union, I'm Cherie Coleman with this week's Dollars and Cents tip. In today's world, choices seem to be the one thing that connect us all. We have the choice to visit the mall or visit a website to shop. We have the choice of going to a fast food restaurant or trying out a new organic recipe in our own kitchen. And we also have a choice of how, when, and where we bank. For example, On a day when the weather is terrible and you don't want to get out of the car, with our extended drive-through hours, you can stop by before, during, or even after work. Or when the kids are really sick, but you need to deposit your paycheck. You don't have to load them up in the car. Simply snap a picture of the front and back of the check through your smartphone app, and it's automatically deposited to your account. And if you need to withdraw or transfer money while traveling, you can do it 24/7 through Sussex County Federal Credit Union's mobile banking app, or you can visit coopsharedbranch.org to find over 5,000 credit union branches nationwide where you can access your account. Together, we can achieve more.